everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Again, I want to thank everybody that's contributed to the Buy Me a Coffee thing we've got set up. So many people have jumped in to do that. I sure appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you to help support the channel. You can also get Record-ology merch if you want to check out. We got everything from record bags. I think, well, they're tote bags, but I'm pretty sure they're big enough to hold the records. T-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of cool merch. Check out our merch shelf down below if you haven't done so already. Okay, what do we have here? We have a black rectangle or a black square. But what is under the hood, so to speak? What is this thing? It's our old friend, the 1950s Victrola all-in-one. We reviewed this a number of years ago, a couple of years ago. I still have it. It's a little worse for wear. As you can see, it's been in storage more than it's been in use. But we've pulled it out from time to time. And it's very unique in all-in-ones compared to all-in-ones, other all-in-ones. There we go. Use your words. Because it's a plastic build, it's not wood, and it's going for a 50s vibe and not a, an early 30s or 40s vibe, which is really neat. It's got chrome. I mean, it's got, it looks like something off of a car. I mean, it's a cool thing. I love this styling aesthetic, absolutely. So I thought we would take another listen to it and then also hook it up to some good speakers and just see what it sounds like connected that way. A lot of people write off these all-in-one mechanisms as all the same, and while they do start off oftentimes very common, a lot of those Skywind type mechanisms, some of them are properly impedance matched and some of them aren't. In my experience, hooking up a non-properly impedance matched turntable to bigger speakers will make less of a difference than hooking one that is properly impedance matched. So I honestly don't remember if this one is or not. I honestly don't. If it's not properly impedance matched, it'll sound a little thinner, a little tinnier. Nothing huge in terms of, it's not going to damage anything. This is an entry-level product for people just curious and interested. Plays CDs, does not have tapes. I'm not going to go through all the things. Again, it has AM, FM radio. And I mentioned that because it's kind of this modern thing now where a lot of the all-in-ones are going to FM only. Lifting the hood, we see this Skywind type mechanism. Now, at first glance, you're like, oh, it's another one of these. But here's the thing about it. There are differences. There are differences. If you remember on the, what is that thing called? I don't know. One of the little one, the one that was my very first record player I got this go around, $35 brand new. That thing has a slightly different, mechanism than this does, and this has a slightly different one than the Victrola 6-in-1. So they're similar, but they're different. Look at the back here. This counterbalance is round instead of square. This one is on suspension. A lot of these aren't. Some of them are affixed to the plinth. They are, going to be using these Chuo-Denshi ceramic clones. They're going to track. You know what? Let's do that. Let's check the tracking. I haven't checked the tracking on this since I got the new gauge, but they're going to track 5.5, 6 grams. And again, that is what, that type of cartridge needs to track at. It's not designed to track it. Oops, I do need the weight. They're not designed to track it 1.5 grams. They're designed to track heavier, 5 grams. So, go ahead and put this up here. And we need to use the extra weight. So we're going to put the 5 gram weight on, then we're going to zero it out. Come on. Zero it out. Okay. Then I'm going to take the weight off. It's going to go to negative 5 grams. I like how it has a cueing lever. Not all of these do, so I'm glad this one does. So it's negative 5 grams, so we need to add 5 to whatever we got here. Wow, this track's heavy. 7.18 grams. That's pretty hefty. You know what I mean? Am I going to put my prize vinyl on this? Probably not. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to do any damage necessarily. Once you really have to get up to about 10 grams, honestly, before you start having damage. 5 to 6 grams I feel pretty comfortable with. 7.5 almost. That's where I start to get a little hesitant. So I won't be playing my new Paxi Klein record on there. But it is cool. For like thrift store records, for extra copies of stuff you have. You know what I mean? I don't want to use the term junk records, but there's a place for this stuff. For somebody just getting into the hobby, and I still maintain it's not going to damage your records. It's going to wear them out faster, but how fast are we talking? We're not talking like 3 plays and it's destroyed. In my experience, it's more like 3 years and you notice wear instead of in 5 years or something like that. Okay, so let us go ahead and play some music on here. This is my Total Sound Stereo Project 3 record of Enoch Light and the Light Brigade. I just played a little bit and it did carve my record. And I call it like I see it, you guys. I call it like I see it. Let's see if I can. See this area right here? Right in here. Lighter shade. That was not that way. So in this case, 7.5 grams was not the proper weight for this record, and it did damage it. Now, when I first reviewed this, it did not do any damage, and that's exactly what I stated in my review. But this one is. Maybe the vinyl, maybe, I don't know what it is. But 7.5 grams is, like I said, that's getting a little high. In my experience, though, you really do have to get up to about 10 before you notice any issues. So, you know, is what it is. But I still want to show you kind of what the sound is like with the built-in speakers versus external. So here we go. I might as well do it to the same song. So here we go. Here's the built-in speakers. You'll start to see another line emerge down there. Okay, now I'm going to plug in the nice speakers into the headphone jack. They're a little further away. I mean, it doesn't sound as good as like the LP3 or the LP7 by any means. Let's get this off of there. Good grief. Look at that. Look at that. It damages, this one damages your vinyl. It really does. I would not recommend this. I wouldn't put any record on here now that I know it does that. That's frustrating, man. That's really... I get to see all the Technics people are like eating their popcorn and laughing. I think this is great. Record-ology finally gets to damage his records. Yeah. I don't know why it's doing it now and it wasn't doing it before, honestly, but it is what it is. It's cool looking. Great CD player, radio, all that good stuff, but I would only use this to play like, you know, vinyl that you don't mind if it gets scratched. I mean, stuff that is already ruined or destroyed or a thrift store or you don't care or whatever. Otherwise, I would just use it as decor. But I'm changing my mind on this one, you guys. That is no bueno. Anyway, this poor Enoch Light record. I really need to get a different test record. Like right there. I mean, it's not huge, but you can definitely... It's there right there. You can see it. I need to get a different test record. Peter gave me that record too. He's like, will you please stop doing that to that record? That's what Judy Collins is for. All right, guys. That's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was informative. I would steer clear of this for playing records. 7.5 grams. Too much in this case. All right, guys. That's going to do it for now. Happy record hunting. We will see you tomorrow.